What's up, y'all? So, when I wake up in the morning, I try to do a little bit of exercise to kind of just wake myself up and, align my joints and stuff and just work on like muscle control, nervous system activation. So, I'll do some stretches, and I'll do some static training. And one exercise I use for static training that I love is the horse stance, right? Now, there's like a million ways to do this depending on like who you're asking. But for my purpose, what I'm trying to accomplish here again is kind of like static strength, nervous system activation, and then muscle control, and also meditation. So, I'll go ahead and demonstrate this, I guess, and I'll try to like talk about what I'm doing as I do it. This angle's probably best, but I'll go and show the footwork first. So let me change my camera angle a little bit. There we go. So in terms of the footwork, I like to turn my feet out, in, and out. And that's pretty much where I want to be. Okay? And I'll show from here. And I'll concentrate for maybe like 10-20 seconds to kind of find the proper alignment. I'll start off, hard style, which means I'm pretty much trying as hard as I can. And I'm really hardening my body, contracting my muscles and all this very hard to find this kind of like center alignment. And I'm really pushing my center of gravity, my hips, under, under my body weight. Okay. So again, 1, 2, 3. Pulling myself into the floor. And from here, I'm going to concentrate for a little bit. Okay, so right now I'm trying to maintain this with the minimum amount of muscle contractions. So I started off with really hard muscle contractions to find my posture. Now I'm just kind of maintaining that for endurance and meditation's sake. Okay, but what I was doing there was basically pulling myself into the floor while also co-contracting my hip flexors, my hamstrings, my glutes, really everything. I'm gonna let it go because it's hard to talk while I'm doing that. But think about all these co-contractions, right? Pulling myself on the floor with my hip flexors, and once I find that depth that I need, I'm co-contracting and pushing away from the floor with my hamstrings, my quads, glutes. All this stuff is activated in my hips, right? My legs. Excuse me. And I'm also thinking about all these kinds of invisible forces around me, right? So just like there's this plane below me, the ground, the floor of the earth, or whatever, I'm thinking about a plane or a wall in front of me, behind me, to the sides of me, above me. I'm driving into these sort of invisible walls, almost like a mime or something. And then from there, I'm kind of evolving and thinking about, instead of these one-dimensional planes, I'm thinking about more of a spherical kind of thing. So I'm not just pushing, in one plane, thinking about pushing all around me and pulling all around me, right? So rather than, let's say I'm trapped in a box, I've got to think about I'm trapped in some kind of, maybe like a liquid or something that's crushing my body entirely from all directions. And I have to push against it, right? Or maybe even pull it toward me at the same time. So I'm thinking about all these kinds of things, and that's going to help me, get all those muscle contractions set up. And then once I find my sort of end range alignment, let's say, from there I'm easing up, and I'm trying to find how can I maintain that posture with the minimum required muscle contractions. And from there, I'm just holding it for the sake of endurance and also meditation. It's really difficult. I'm not that good yet to, to stay there and try to like talk to you guys, because it really does take a lot of focus. If I was trying to meditate, I wouldn't be having a conversation with somebody at the same time, right? I need to be like quiet and kind of serene and stuff. So same kind of idea. And I might hold this for a few minutes. I'm not trying to like super tire myself out. It's more of like like morning exercise, warm up kind of thing, so that I feel good throughout my work day or whatever. And then once I get to like my real harder training, I'll feel not only like aligned in my body instead of like slouched or whatever. I'll feel like more warm and stuff. I won't have to warm up as much when I finally get to like my real exercise or whatever I'm trying to accomplish in my training. So anyway, give that a shot. It's fun to do. It can be very meditative if you don't have distractions and stuff. You can just kind of like zone in, stay there for a bit, and sort of have this, what's the term for it, transcendental meditation, to where you're able to kind of ignore the pain or like the uncomfortable posture that's happening and what's happening in your body, and kind of just tune everything out and just transcend your current situation, and hopefully that can kind of carry on to other aspects of your life, and you'll become a little more stoic, a little more strong, and I don't know, helps me out mentally, spiritually, physically, of course, all these things. And to me, that's what martial arts is about. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, so take care. If you try this out, let me know. Have a good one.